Welcome to our Plugs Community Connection. I am your host, DJ Kitty Cat, with my sister co-host, Miss Morningstar on WKRA 92.7 FM The Change. If you're looking for the best in news, current events, community outreach programs, and shopping connections, you've come to the right place. We've got a great mix of content and community connections lined up for you this evening, along with special guest interviews. So, grab your favorite drink of choice, turn up the volume, and let's get into it.
Good morning, WKRA 92.7 The Change. I am your morning host, Mrs. DJ Kitty. I'm here with my co-host, my sister, Mrs. Morningstar. We are from Our Plugs, the Community Connection. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. We are halfway through the entire week, halfway there, halfway through the work week. I hope everyone's sitting down, you've had your breakfast, something good to drink, maybe some water, some coffee, and you are ready to get this news that you can use. I am here to just report the news. Don't blame me for the things that you hear. We're just reporting the news. Good morning, Miss Morningstar. How are you this morning?
I'm well. Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Hump day. Y'all know I gotta say it like that.
Yeah.
We
Yes.
halfway to the halfway mark. So hey, gotta celebrate the little stuff, y'all. The small stuff.
The small stuff. It's important though. It's important to actually be able to say, thank you, Lord, for waking me up just one more day. One more day is always a blessing. So I'm happy to be here. Happy to be here.
Absolutely.
Before we get started on this wonderful show, we must start with a positive affirmation, and we get that from our affirmation queen, Mrs. Morningstar. So what do you have for us this morning, Miss Morningstar?
Okay, so let's see here. I wanted today, since we are doing our mental health Wednesday, focus on focus on the control, how we can focus on control of your own emotions, things like that. So when you want to control your own emotions, you want to be specific in your affirmations. You want to use positive language. You also want to repeat what you're going to be saying. You want to repeat it regularly, because constant repetitive. I can't say the word repetitive. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Can help reinforce the positive beliefs. So, and then combined with other techniques, you got to be patient and wait for your affirmation to come true, or to just help you feel better. So focus on the control. I am in control of my thoughts and emotions. I choose to let go of worries and trust in my ability to handle whatever comes my way. I'm in charge of how I live each day. I am in positive harmony with my thoughts. I have a healthy thought pattern. I radiate love. I feel confident in who I am. I feel confident in my actions and behaviors. I am grateful. I am kind. I am considerate. So practice those, guys. Jot them down. Even if it's a few, say it daily.
Yes.
It helps.
They say speak it into existence. So when you speak kind words into existence, and to those that are in your atmosphere, especially children, they tend to have a better day. When you come up and you're all rowdy and rah-rah, that's you what you put out is what you get back. So those kind words and those positive affirmations is what's needed, especially in this day and age. So let's go ahead and look at the weather. I'm loving the weather. It was chilly yesterday, but today we're We're in the 70s again, 70s, baby. Holly Springs, we've got 72 degrees with a low of 53. I can dig it. It's going to be sunny, winds out of the south from 5 to 10 miles per hour. I can dig it. Memphis, Tennessee, same thing, 72 degrees. Y'all, you guys must want me to move to Memphis or Holly Springs because, whoo, y'all are whipping it on the weather. A low of 54, sunny, winds out of the south 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then we've got hot Houston, where we turn up the heat. We turn it up, 82 degrees. I can live with 82 degrees. Anything over 85, I'm looking at you sideways like, really? Is this where we at? This what we doing? In Houston, we got a low of 59. It's going to be sunny, winds out of the south 10 to 20 miles per hour. So it's going to be a little windy. We will appreciate it because God knows come August, June, July, August, September, yeah, I'll be fighting the air. You guys are going to have to listen to me complaining about how hot it is in Houston.
Sweaty.
Oh, my goodness. And the humidity. We're not even going to talk about it. We're not even going to get into it.
Yes,
but enjoy
the drill.
Beautiful weather that we are. I love the spring, though. The only thing I hate about the spring are my allergies tend to tap dance on my cabeza, my brain cells, my forehead all day. But other than that, I'm okay with the spring, the flowers and all that. Speaking of which, now's a good time to actually go stock up on dirt. And if you're going to do any planting, we're advising everybody to do some planting anyway, because we need to start growing our own food. And
my husband has taken a jump ahead of it because we have plants all throughout this house.
That's good. That is good.
We got plants. He's growing a lot of little things. So yeah.
That's good, because we really don't know what we're getting out of the grocery store since, that administration has gutted everything. So grow your own food, folks. I wish I had Mississippi dirt. I know that much. But I'm a grower, so I'm going to work with what I have. I may have to take a trip to Mississippi real quick, though. One day. We still got to get to Red's barbecue.
I don't know if we going to make it to Red's.
we got to get to Red's.
I want to go.
Yes, we still got to get to Red's. So let's go ahead and hop into current events. So let's get the mayhem out the way. Okay. Folks are warning that Trump may try to rig the midterms and declare martial law. Let's call a thing a thing. He's just going to try and do any and everything.
He's going to do it.
He's going to try and do any and everything. It's up to you to go to vote.gov.
Voter registration.guide or something. It's a few different ones.
Yes, and check your voter
guide. Yeah, check your registrations.
Voters registration. That's number one. Number two, just pay attention. And now is a time to really stock up on water, canned goods, and your essentials. Fruits and vegetables, you should be growing those. And because you can't really store fruits and vegetables. Now, I have cooked some like cabbage and greens, and I put that in my deep freezer. And I also have frozen grapes, which are delicious. That's a really good snack for anybody, especially children. So just get prepared. There's really nothing that we can do to stop him. They're going to have to figure it out. It's not up to us, but as they figure it out, we can still be proactive instead of reactive. There are cracks between Trump and his homeboy, best friend, Elania, whatever his name is, due to Tesla's collapse. Elon, he's not really happy because he's lost so much money after he gave the man with the dead hand $300 million to rig the election. These are Trump's words, not mine. He said that Elon rigged the election.
I think it was 270 million, something to that effect.
Too much.
Too much to steal the The election.
Yeah, well, that's what he said.
He
Trump
said
said
he.
it.
Yeah, he said it.
He said
Hey,
it. This isn't even allegedly. This is
yeah,
what
he
Trump
said
said.
it. He said it.
And then he wants to throw himself a military style birthday party that's gonna cost him $90 million. Didn't they say that they wanted to cut spending?
Gonna cost us,
Yeah, cost
baby,
us. Now they
taxpayers.
didn't already spent how many million? 20 million for the Super Bowl, another 20 for, or 20 or 30 for NASCAR. So basically you're telling folks you're gutting Social Security, you're gutting Medicare, Medicaid, taking away food, but you want to spend money on this man golfing, going to the Super Bowl, going to NASCAR, and his birthday party. If y'all don't get off the gas.
If y'all don't get him, you got to be a special type of narcissist to try to throw yourself a military style birthday party when more than the entire world can't stand you. Who coming?
I
Who
hope
comes
he
to the party?
I hope he goes and stands in the middle of the street, and whatever happens, man. But he's following
Oh,
Kim Jong Un's steps. He wants the tanks and all that. That man. Oh, anywho,
who is showing up at the party? Elvis again?
I don't know, but it won't be me.
The Village Men, YMCA,
YMCA, his homeboys. But anyway, it's too
Village
much.
People.
His mega donors are not happy right now. Microsoft,
Who?
Apple, they're all losing. They're all losing money. All of them, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, the dude from Apple, Jeff Bezos, all of them that gave this man the people that own the TV stations, all of them that gave millions to the man with the dead hand. All of them are losing millions, and I'm happy, billions, and I'm happy for them. I'm happy for them. Good for you folks. Good.
Well, when you vote with evil and you are voting just for your own evil intent, then what do you expect?
Hate is expensive.
It's very expensive. It costs
Hate
you
is
a big
expensive.
ticket.
Yeah. Walmart and Target are finding out how expensive hate is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Walmart and Target, they're complaining because folks are boycotting. You can't get me to step into a Walmart or a Target.
They'll
Now Costco, yeah, yeah. That DE, how's that DEI working out for y'all? I hear that Otis has pulled back and said, nah, on second thought, Target, we don't think we want to put our store, our
we want to
goods
fool
in
with y'all.
now.
Mm-hmm. I saw that.
Never
Mm-hmm.
mind. It's never mind. Let me backtrack. That's okay, because y'all tripping. So hate is expensive. And that's what you get. Sometimes you get what you get and you don't have a fit. On a good note, Holly Springs, guess what? Y'all are getting a Bucky's. That is good news. Yes, that is good
Oh,
news. Now,
that is a treat.
that is a treat. Now, if you've never been to Bucky's, we have them all over Texas because it's a
Mm-hmm.
Texas-based company. It's a gas station, but it's like a mall.
It
It
ain't
is
your
so,
regular gas.
it's no, it has so many items in there. I love Bucky's. It's like a mall. You walk in, they have clothes, they have hats, they have stuff for your house, the food. Let me tell you,
That
my
pulled
husband,
pork.
that poor baby, my husband brings me home at least once every couple of weeks a chopped beef sandwich. Oof,
I don't know if they have marinated that
I
that
don't know what
beef
it
in the
is.
back. I don't know
I
how
don't know.
long how long they smoked it.
Tender.
When I say it's like butter, oh, it's delicious. You're gonna enjoy it, Holly Springs.
Yeah, you're gonna enjoy it. So welcome them. They
Welcome
come
to
June
every time
9th.
we on the road where we gotta stop.
And then yes, we have to stop. And then on top of that, it's going to bring 200 full-time jobs to Holly Springs.
Yay. I need a
Yay.
noisemaker. Yay. That's
Yay.
wonderful.
200 full-time jobs. It's going to be in Harrison County on Minge Avenue. So folks in Holly Springs, you guys look out for that. Start applying,
It's
and
gonna be packed.
they pay good.
Yes, they do.
They do. They start their managers at like 30 an hour. They
They
start their
do.
clerks at like 20, 25 an hour. They pay really well.
They pay career style.
Yeah.
They don't play with their employees.
No. And they have really good benefits. So Holly Springs, congratulations. I love Buc-ee's.
We thinking that Bucky plan. I don't know. The way things looking.
Okay, the way things looking, you know, we may have to get into Buc-ee's and say, are you hiring? Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Right.
A job is a job, as long as my light bill gets paid. One more thing, I got two quick articles. One is lawmakers in Holly Springs, in Mississippi rather, made it a felony for grooming a child. Good job, Mississippi.
Very
good job.
Good.
Yeah. It's called the bill is the HB 1308. Oh, if you're over 21 and a child is under 16 and you're texting or you're on their social media or you're talking to them constantly, that is considered grooming. And it's a felony. Go on then.
As it should be.
As it
no
should
business talking to no child, no baby, no child.
What you doing talking to? Grooming. Okay.
Disgusting.
And then in Memphis, okay, so I do have it's a little sad. They've got a distribution company that is shutting down. It's called Bunzie's Warehouse. It's on Viscount Avenue. They're permanently closing on June 30th. However, their employees can transfer to the Piperton, Tennessee location. So hopefully those folks can find them employment. I hate to hear about anybody losing their livelihood because we have to survive out here. And knowing the administration we are under, we definitely need to hold on to every job that we get. So I'm going to pray for you folks to get out there and find you other employment, and good luck to you all. And that's it for me, Miss Morningstar. What do you have? We still have time.
Okay. So let's see. Yesterday, the Supreme Court halts the judge's order to reinstate federal probationary workers.
They halted it.
Yeah. So this includes, those people from the Department of Veteran Affairs, Department of Agriculture, just different agencies, y'all, different agencies. So it's a halt right now. Not sure. It's about 1,600 workers. So the decision, is going to means that the federal government doesn't have to take steps to bring back some workers as of now that were laid off until litigation moves forward before the federal judge in California.
Mm.
So yeah, again, he got the Supreme Court in his back pocket. It's sometimes he wins, sometimes he loses with them, but majority is the oddest wins. Like this was clear cut and shit probably never went to the Supreme Court, but we know that this is the move, this is the play. Anytime it doesn't go his way, he goes to the Supreme Court. And this is why it was set up this way, because he knew that's what he would have to fight each and every thing that he tried to do because it was illegal.
Yeah, it's pretty sad that the Supreme Court has been stacked with a bunch of white nationalists and they don't give a doggone about the American people. And, what's even more tragic is I know for a fact a lot of those people who have lost their jobs actually voted for him. And they didn't think that it would affect them. And now they're finding out the hard way. But,
it is the FAFO movement. Everybody should know what that means. And this is what they're experiencing now. Well, and it's a sad situation, but also it's a I told you so.
You know, and a lot
Told
of
you
people
so.
are, you heard Van Lathan, he
Especially the
said
innocent
that.
people
Absolutely.
who did vote the right way.
Absolutely. One of the commentators was on CNN with Abby Phillips, anywho,
Not Van.
Van Lathan,
Lord.
he's talking about, he doesn't want, we shouldn't be saying, I told you so. Why not?
Please, Van.
Maybe,
Go have
yeah,
several seats.
save it.
Go
Save
have
it.
several seats. Please.
Maybe people need to listen to Black women.
Yeah.
Maybe people need to realize that hate is expensive, and next time maybe listen to us when we're telling you, if we've lived it all our lives, we know
Why
what
you
they're
ain't
going to
listening?
do. Why are you
Mhm.
not listening?
Exactly.
I want to thank the listeners out here at WKRA 92.7. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, as well as our family in the chat on YouTube. Thank you guys for being here. We surely appreciate you. Be sure to like the live, make sure you like it, and please be sure to tune in. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break. You're listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection, with myself, DJ Kitty, and Miss Morningstar. We'll be right back.
Welcome to a world that sparkles. Sparkle Kicks LLC is your one-stop shop for a wide variety of customized items. So bling out your Crocs. Customize that cutting board. Get you custom dominoes. Stop by and we will customize your order today. We can be found on Etsy and Our Plugs LLC. I'll be waiting to customize your order. All you need to do is place it.
Hey guys, yes, this is my nonprofit, Carter's Caring Hands. And what my nonprofit does, we give fresh food boxes to those families in need that's struggling to keep food on their tables. We also go out into the unhoused community, give out care bags here in the Kalamazoo, Michigan area. So if you'd like to donate to the cause, please go to www.carterscaringhands.com and donate whatever you can, so we together can uplift those families that's struggling to keep food on their tables. Highly appreciate it. God bless.
Timeless elegance. Redefine class. Welcome to Morningstar Boutique by Tam, where fashion at its finest, fashion that brings out your inner cuteness, and styles that make you go, oh girl, where you get that from? Check me out at www.morningstarboutique.com or at ourplugs.com. Can't wait to see you.
And we are back. You are listening to WKRA 92.7 The Change with your morning hosts, DJ Kitty and Miss Morningstar from Our Plugs, the Community Connection. Today we are talking about protecting your peace. And that is such a true statement. Let's bring up Mrs. Jack.
Can I finish my two
Oh,
little
I didn't know you.
posts?
I'm sorry, honey. Sorry. Let's
I
go.
just had two
No,
more,
no,
and they good
absolutely.
ones. So I'm gonna
Good.
make it quick. I'm gonna make it quick because
Take your
I
time.
think the
Got
people
time.
need, and I know I'm gonna make it quick. I think the people need to hear this because it's a lot of us. It's a lot of old schools, old souls out here who love R&B. And it was an announcement that Gladys Knight, Shaka Khan, Patti LaBelle, and Stephanie Mills are going on tour together.
Girl, hush your mouth.
Oh yeah, the
When are they
female
coming to
icon, R&B
Houston?
pop and soul singers are calling their tour the Queens, the Four Legends. And they will be running shows from May through October.
Oh, we have got to go.
Yeah, so they're going to start their tour May 9th in Las Vegas with stops in the city like Oakland, Los Angeles, Brooklyn, wrapping up in June 1st in Indianapolis. Let's see, and due to high demand, a second leg will be added 9 more days, starting September 19th in Greensboro, ending in Cleveland.
Did they are
They did not say
bypassing
Houston.
Texas?
I don't understand it, but they may. I don't know. I'm
What
gonna
about
have
Louisiana or Mississippi? Anywhere in the South?
to Greensboro.
That's North Carolina. That's not really.
That ain't the South. Well,
I guess we're just gonna have to take it. Not even Georgia. They're not going to the ATL?
I'm gonna have to call my mom up tonight because I know I know her and my daddy getting tickets because they love to go out. So that's what they do. They go to concerts and stuff, and I would love to see that too. That's gonna be a bomb concert. What?
Well, just let me know when.
We gonna search. Yeah, I'll let you know.
I
thought that was amazing, y'all. So
absolutely.
look at go your Ticketmaster and then put it in. See
Shaka Khan. Say him again. Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan, Gladys Knight, Patti LaBelle,
Patty.
Stephanie Mills.
Stephanie Mills.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay. I gotta go.
Strong voices, beautiful voices, soulful voices. What? They gonna bring the house down.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So that's gonna be a concert you don't want to miss, guys.
I'm sad that they're not coming to the South, but I guess that means I gotta go to where they're at.
Gotta go find them.
You know.
And the last story which is a sad but good story. The remains of a Black sailor killed in Pearl Harbor finally returned home to his family in North Carolina. Neil Fry joined the U.S. Navy in 1940 at the age of 20 years old before he was killed during an attack in Pearl Harbor on December 7th, 1941, only a year later after he joined.
Yeah.
So finally, after more than 80 years, he was brought home and laid to rest in North Carolina with only one out of his 9 living siblings still remaining, who is 87, his baby sister, Mary Fry. She got to go and pay homage and honor to her brother who served. Wow. Yeah, it's amazing. It's crazy how they did our families, but
yep.
That's it.
Yeah.
Let's get Shanika in here. I don't want to get too mushy with it. It was sad but good, bittersweet.
Yeah, bittersweet. You know, he is home resting with his family, and he gave his life to this country.
Good morning, Shanika.
Good morning, Shanika.
Jack. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Mrs. Jack. Okay, how are you?
Good morning, everybody. How are you guys? My beautiful sisters.
Doing just fine. Doing just fine. On this good
weather. Is it warm where y'all are?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it warm where you're at?
It got there about 11 o'clock this morning. It was like in the 40s when my husband got ready to go.
It was chilly in the morning. It was chilly, but I think it's just the morning dew.
It was cold. There was frost on the car. So then, I had to run some errands this morning, and maybe a couple hours later, I had to turn the heat off. Yeah. They got warm fast, though.
Yeah, that's how it is. But I mean, Georgia's so pretty.
It was like that yesterday for me. Frost on the window, but then gradually
get warmed up. Yes.
Well, we had rain. We had rain for 2 days, and then once it stopped raining, it got cold.
Same here. It was the cold front that came through, Yeah. We've been paying attention to the weather more. Now that we have to report on it, we definitely pay more attention to it.
People got to be careful about, I keep a jacket in my car because the weather is so ever changing. That's the perfect thing to get sick. It's all it takes for your body to change temperatures rapidly, and you don't realize it. Next thing you know, you coughing.
I keep the cardigan, honey. You see, I got one on in the house because it's chilly in the house. So I keep one near me.
Let me explain something to you. We live in Texas. Texas is bipolar. We could wear all 4 seasons in one day. Cold, chilly, hot, and HELL. Hot as heck.
Girl. We get Hades around here too. The June?
No.
Once June comes around,
nothing can beat Texas, baby.
I believe
where you're at in life.
I've been to Arizona.
Now, Arizona's a dry heat.
Yeah.
And it'll take your breath. So that's the only
I've been to Iraq too. So
Iraq is hands down.
115 at one point, so I'm pretty sure.
And,
I got you beat.
Yeah, you do. Absolutely. Absolutely.
But
So,
it was dry heat too. It was dry heat too. So it was not like we
and you
weren't
have
all sweaty.
spiders too. But we're not going to get into it because I don't want to think about
Camel
spiders.
spiders.
I don't want to start my day thinking about those
I'm gonna
giant
send
spiders.
you a picture.
Don't send me a picture. Do not send me a picture. That's what you don't do. But because today we're talking about protecting our peace. So I'm telling you
Okay.
right now, do not send me a picture of a spider. I've seen them all. Those big giant spiders in Iraq. My daughter sent me pictures. I don't ever want to see those again. Iraq and Australia, no thank you. No thank you. So we're going to jump right into protecting our peace. What'd you say, Miss Morningstar?
I said, why was those even never created? I don't understand what God was doing when
They have a purpose
to allow them
we
to
don't
be.
question God, but
We don't. I'm just.
My mama always said that
curious
because
mind.
of the ecosystem, you have to realize that every animal, every insect was food for another animal or insect. Yeah. But a spider as big as my head has no purpose on this earth. I don't understand it. I'm not with it.
It's true.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you. Even a snake.
No.
I'm scared of snakes and spiders.
But snakes are to control the population of rodents, you know? Because me and my mom would have these conversations like, why were flies invented? And she was like, to help when things unalive, to help get rid of those things. Why were mosquitoes? Because I don't see the purpose of a mosquito at all.
They want to bite us.
Yes.
The only ones I'm really cool with that I know the reason is bees. Because bees pollinate. So I'm okay and I'm cool with that.
I'm cool with bees, and I'm cool with the giant, they look like giant mosquitoes because they eat the little mosquitoes. The big ones. You haven't seen the giant mosquitoes?
I ain't cool with none of them.
Okay. I don't mean cool like I like them.
Let's talk about
now we're up here talking about,
peace,
why are we talking about bugs when we're talking
Can we talk about protecting our peace? I ain't cool with none of these bugs. I don't know what y'all talking about.
We're going to get back on track. Okay. So usually when I come on, I give you 4 tips. And I talked about protecting the peace before, but this time I'm doing it a little bit different. So this protecting your peace is from 4 different groups. So that's what the 4 tips are going to be. How to protect your peace from these different people. So the first group is how to protect your peace from your spouse and your partner. And that is to demand and maintain respect and dignity in all aspects of your relationship. Because we never think about protecting our peace from, the person that we are in love with, we live with, we sleep with, but that is something that has to be protected as well. It's not just outside people with their voices. You have to protect your peace from the person that is inside your house. So you have to maintain respect, because that is how you keep, your sanity pretty much, especially if they're being disrespectful. That causes discourse in your household. You don't want your spirit to feel bad about being in a house with someone that disrespects you or talks down to you. So you have to maintain that and demand it, actually. It's supposed to happen in the beginning of the relationship anyway, so you know how it works and you don't get to this point. But that's something you have to do to protect your peace with your partner, spouse, however you want to call it. Have you ever thought about that?
Yes, absolutely. Because, you love your spouse and all that, but there are times where we get on each other's nerves. And I think about, let me not be a nag so I can help him protect his peace. Mm-hmm. But he also needs to not nag me so I can protect my peace.
Yeah, and sometimes everybody needs their space.
Everybody does, I couldn't imagine. At one time, my husband and I did work together, and that was really hard. Yeah.
Wow.
We own our own businesses, so we worked together. That was hard.
Because there's
Because
no off time. There's no
no,
wait time, no downtime. Like if I go to sleep with you and then we get up and we're going to work together and be at work all day, where's that disconnect?
I never saw how people did that. Like that is I mean, and it's not that you saying that, well, that's just awful. It's just,
it's hard.
it's hard
Need-
because like you said, there's no
It's
like
no
No
it's
break.
all
space.
day. It's all
Need a
day.
break.
No
I don't
break
want to see your
space.
face all day. I need to miss you, son. I
I
love
mean,
my husband. We've been together for forever.
right.
But
But
I don't want to
needs
see
to
you
be.
all day, every day. But we all need space, though. We need space
It
to
is
just breathe.
And that you people probably hear that and think, why do you need space from your husband? You married him. Yeah, I married him. I didn't marry him to look at him every single
Every
second or
second
every
of
day
the
either.
day.
I'm
But
And
everybody,
he
it
didn't
doesn't
marry
even
me.
have to just be your husband. Your kid. I
Yes.
mean, we all need space. Our kids go to school. Sometimes when you will stay at home parent or something, sometimes you need a break. Get this kid.
That's my number 2.
Yes. Yes.
See?
But yes, you're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
And let me be clear. It is okay to have space. A lot of people don't, especially when you're younger. You fall in love and you just want, oh, I just love him so much, or I love her so much, I just want to be up under her all the time.
Oh, no, you don't.
No, you don't.
That's gonna wear off real fast.
Yes,
You
It's
still
gonna
love
be
him.
you have
little
a
stuff
life.
that aggravates you.
Yes, you're breathing too loud.
Chewing too loud is
You're
mad.
chewing too loud.
But, sir,
Do you have to drink that water like that?
Why your lip look like that?
I mean, it's every little thing if you're in each other's face
why are
all
your
day.
feet over here? This is my side.
You
Okay?
start picking on stuff. You start picking.
Yeah.
Picking. And it's
Yeah,
not
but
that
like,
you don't
and you
love
don't
that
get
person.
that breakaway if you working together. If you're there all the time, like in each other's space, 100% of the time. That's why a lot of people got divorces during COVID
Yes.
because they never spent that much time together and with the kids. So they got a little insight into what it felt like to be
Kids
trapped in the house with your whole family and family in
That's
24
like,
hours.
oh heck no.
Them
Okay,
kids
I'm
are
like,
driving them crazy.
this is what you go through all day. Yes, it is.
This is who I'm with.
Right.
Oh,
Because you
Lord.
find out so many different things when you're like, it's a real realization, like, okay. And people couldn't handle it. I mean, it was to the point people split up
They did.
because that was too
They
much
did. They couldn't
Too
do
much.
it. They was like, oh heck.
family.
Mm-mm.
Like, I didn't sign up for this. I got married to see you when I got off work and on the weekend.
I would want to see you sometimes.
The kids, I'm used to seeing them when they come home from school or when I'm at work, they at school. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're used to seeing your kids at night when you get off work
Yes.
and on the weekends. The same thing with your spouse when they're at work and on the weekends. You're used to that. It's a whole both 6, 7, 8 hours you done added to you and the kids, the wife, the children, the husband, and the kids all day long. People want to eat all day long. It was a wake-up call.
And they even said that a lot of people, when they say that a lot of people, when they get up in age and they retire, that is tough.
Yeah, because they ain't getting up going to work every day. You're sitting here. You're here while I'm here. I'm usually here by myself, but you're here while I'm here now because you're retired. Like,
Have you
Why
ever
do you
seen
go play golf?
two senior citizens married forever argue?
Yes, my parents.
It's hilarious.
So funny.
It is so funny.
It is. Because we know it's cute, but we know it's real. That's why it's funny. We know it's so real. Like, you getting on all my nerves. Go sit down
all my
somewhere.
nerves. One
You
time,
again? You
funniest
still
thing.
here?
Wait. We were taking my parents to a jazz festival one night, and it was around my daddy's birthday in December. And we went and picked them up, and they were sitting in the back seat. You know, we're having a good time, and I guess they had gotten into it before we left. And so they weren't talking to each other. And then they were saying, Kat, tell your daddy.
Tell
and
your
I'm
daddy.
like sitting in the front seat. And then they got to arguing, and I turned the music down. I said, y'all are going to stop right now, or I promise you we going back home.
We'll turn this car around.
And my husband looked at me, and we bust out laughing, because that's what our parents used to say to us.
Right.
Turn this car around and we ain't going nowhere.
We ain't going nowhere. They were just arguing. And my parents have been married for 50 years. So they had, yes.
That's my parents as of right now, 50 years.
And my mom would call me and say, your daddy is getting on my nerves. Come over here and talk to your daddy. I promise you, you need to come
we are
talk
magic. Like we are magic. Come talk to your daddy.
You
mama marry him. Ain't he right there with you?
Your father.
He's your husband.
Father.
Your daddy. Today he your daddy.
Your daddy. Your daddy.
Ain't he your husband?
Come talk to your mama. I be like,
I'm the mediator. I'm the mediator now. So now I'm the go-between.
Girl, please, I don't even want to be no mediator. Because I'd be like, keep me out of it.
Yes, keep me out of it. I would just sit there and listen to him. Like Crooklyn, I had my Crooklyn on. I'm not saying.
And look, my daddy, his famous move is and walk out the room, throw that hand up,
throw that hand up.
He's done with he let you know he is done with the conversation.
I'm done. Or my daddy would
argue.
I said
and
what
it
I
has
said.
Worked.
And it has worked
for 50 years. It's worked for 50 years. He knows what to do.
The hand up and wave it down, and he walk out the room. And everybody know the conversation is over.
It's over. Yeah.
Don't revisit it.
Too. Y'all know we're going to be just like them, right? Yeah.
Ain't it crazy?
Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. I'm ready. I'm practicing right now.
You practicing right now?
Well, shoot, we already like them. Believe it or not, you hear yourself speak. You be like, wait a minute, somebody I know say that.
I'm sound just like my mama, but
just like her.
No, I found an echo that sounded just like my mama just now.
And then I make the face expressions and everything. I'll be like, oh man.
But does your husband say, stop looking at me, you look just like your mama?
Every time. As soon as I sometimes walk out the room, he be like, oh, you look like your mama. Because we do. We look a lot alike.
Now, does he tell your daughter that she look like you?
She do. She starts to with some of her. Yeah, she does. Sometimes.
Oh, you look like your mama. You act just like your mama.
You look like her.
Mm-hmm.
But she is her daddy's daughter.
Yeah, she is. Okay, so this is spouse. Okay. Now, what about kids?
So we already rolled into number 2. Number 2 is you got to protect your peace from the kids. I call them churn. That means my advice is to give them structured activities and schedules that will help you get breaks and relaxation. Now,
you talking about those little ones?
Any one of them jokers, because even the older ones, you still give them.
Can't get them
activities and sports.
They don't want to deal with you anyway when they get to a certain.
Okay. You gotta look for them anyway.
It's a period, Miss Jack. Let me explain to you. It's a period of time where they just ain't got nothing. You be trying to get something out of them. Hey, you doing? They be like, good. You want to talk? No.
Yes.
And that means they're not bothering you. But maybe, okay, so for the ones that's little, the advice for the little ones are the scheduled times and certain activities because they have to have a structure. If not, you're going to be winging it and they're going to be irritating you. And the worst thing you can do is try to relax when you have somebody asking you and running down, singing the mama song, singing the daddy song. Mama, I'm hungry. Mama, I'm bored. Mama ain't got nothing to do. Mama. Okay? So that's how you protect your peace from the little ones. It's not going to happen all the time, people. I know reality kicks in. This is a tip of what you can try to do.
We play quiet game.
Because that's why you should, like you said, schedule bedtime.
Yeah,
bedtime is a must.
You gotta schedule. You gotta schedule bedtimes. You gotta schedule bath times. You gotta schedule to keep them on the schedule because a regularly scheduled child will tell you, "Hey, it's time for me to go take a bath."
Mm-hmm.
It's time for me to do, XYZ, the TV time, the game time, da, da, da. Yes, you
We
is.
saw what TV
Now, when you
is.
get with the older kids, you have to go to sporting events. When you have to give them bigger activities, and sit down and have
See,
conversations
Wes
with
said,
them.
"Get out of my face" to them grown kids.
He said that is an activity. Get out of my face. Go to your room.
Go find you something to
But
do.
the older kids is when they can get jobs.
Yes.
They can have basketball practice. Those type of things is different for like a 15 and up type of teenager, because you can actually have conversations with them and say, hey, mommy needs a break. This is my quiet time. Don't come bother me. And again, that may work for some people. Some people, kids don't care nothing about what you said. You can say
Respect your time, girl.
anything you
Please.
just said. Like, I'm still hungry. You told me to go do this. I can't cook. You feed me. You be in the tub trying to drink some wine and relax your mind. They is tapping on the door. They knocking on the door. I'm hungry. While you in the tub. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta try. You gotta try.
Imagine that, Shanika. My.
Or no, imagine somebody's fingers up on the door.
I've seen that.
While you're using the bathroom.
My cousin would sit her kid in the bathroom.
We're not going to the
with
bathroom
her on a
alone.
little
We're
chair
not going to the bathroom alone.
Because it was no closing the door. It was no getting away. As soon as you close the door, they had a crash out moment, like break down, fall out, hollering and screaming. So she had to open the door, like in the shower. She'd bring the baby in the bathroom with her, the toddler.
Ridiculous.
Because it was a sight thing. She said I couldn't close the shower curtain. They had to see me taking a bath to know that I couldn't pick them up. And I was like, is it that real? She said, yes.
Wow.
It is. So certain level kids, your kids, you know what you got to do for them to not keep on pushing on and tapping and noise are you like that's them tapping on the door because you thought they were taking a nap and it lasted 10 seconds.
Mom, what you doing?
Yeah. I remember those days. I'm glad those days are over for me though.
Yeah, I am too. What you doing? What you doing?
Yes. Yeah.
Ain't you don't get no space. What?
No. When you have a child, it's right up under you all the time, 24/7.
That's what my family says. They
what you doing? What you doing? What you doing?
Until they start going to school and getting their own identity, you are their everything.
Because you're their
as
teacher.
You should be. You should be. You are their everything. But as a parent, everybody needs a little break, a little space. Protect your peace because let's just be honest. It's hard. It's hard being a parent. Mm-hmm. It's hard being a wife and a mother. Mm-hmm. It's hard being a single parent, whether it's mom or dad. It's hard.
And so one thing too, postpartum is real.
Yes, it is.
When you have a child and say it's your first child, so now you're dealing with, trying to get the baby on a schedule, trying to get your body to function the way it used to function, get your mind to function, and then you get stressed out. You don't know how to handle anything. And then as it gets older, imagine you have a child that has a special needs, and sometimes you get frustrated, and you don't know what the outlet is and how to calm them, how to calm yourself. You got to find techniques. So protecting your peace is pretty much about keeping your sanity at that.
That's true.
So true. Okay, so we are going to take a quick break. We will be right back after this quick break. You are listening to Our Plugs, a community connection on WKRA 92.7, The Change. Opal May Simplistic Beauty is hair care and skincare in a bottle. Take a quick survey and let us design your own formula. Go to ourplugs.com, look for Opal May Simplistic Beauty, and we can get your formula out to you as soon as possible. We hope to hear from you soon. Have a great day.
Hi, w.saysomething.biz, and let's say something together.
Welcome to Nutrition You Design. Finally, your place to really get to the bottom line of your health with our functional nutritionist Gail Thorpe on board. You have a caring practitioner to get to the root cause of your health concerns when all else fails. At Nutrition You Design, we specialize in women's health, anywhere from hormones, fibroids, menopause. We have you covered. With over 200 specialty lab tests, we are like your personal health detective. We offer customized meal plans, genetic testing, stress management, and a host of other offers to really get you healthy. Be sure to book your consultation at nutritionyoudesign.com or give us a call at 877-898-5130. You can also find us at ourplugs.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
And we, and we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs, a community connection on WKRA 92.7, The Change. This morning we are speaking with our good sister, Mrs. Jack, on protecting your peace. We've already reviewed spouse, how to protect your peace from your spouse or your partner, as well as your children, your kids, those young adults, the little crumb snatchers, your kids.
I'm pretty sure that's the hardest ones.
Yeah, they are. They are. Everything else is just like, to me, it's optional. But what else do you have?
Okay.
It is.
Number 3, you have to protect your peace from your family. Don't let your cousins, siblings, aunties, whoever issues become your own, or let them always expect you to fix family issues. I don't know when we turn into the adults in the family, but I guess we have made it to that age where we make more sense. I know my own family, we make more sense than they do. But sometimes if you get caught up into their situations, it gets kind of left. It turns left. Like, say you help somebody and you turn into the person that helps pay for something for one person. Now everybody is like, oh, just call such and such. They help me do this, da, 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 da. No. Now, but some situations go left really, really quickly. And you have this longing to help because they are family members. But then you get, DJ Kitty is showing her new Sparkle Kicks t-shirt that says no is a complete sentence. I use that myself. I tell every single person try to get me in something crazy. No, you have to fix your own issues. But when you make and create a situation where everybody comes to you, your peace is no longer protected, because now you got to screen calls. Now you got to look at the phone like, oh man, here comes somebody else. I wonder what they need, what they want. Then it makes you not want to be around your family. It's going to cause, dual issues. Why are you showing the phone? Staring at the phone like I don't want to talk.
I said, optional. After your spouse and your kids, everything else, everyone and everything else is optional.
Just swipe out.
You don't have to.
Swipe out.
You don't have
Reject.
Because if you see your phone ringing and there, that the person that's behind that phone call is going to come with drama. Protect your peace.
Yes, stay out of it. Stay out of it and let people fix their own thing, because the main point of it is you not making yourself the person that everybody goes to, because you're in everybody's business. You're trying to fix everybody else's issue.
I have to do it at work too sometimes.
People pleasers, we trying to help our family, but now they say, oh, call Shanika, she's the fixer. I'm sick of all y'all.
I have to do it at work.
Get out.
I did it today. I had somebody calling me. I know she ain't want nothing. She just called me 2 seconds ago. She just wants to keep. Sometimes you have those kind of people that just
trauma dump.
If you answer them one time, or you help them out of a situation one time, then they are going to continue to ring you back to back to back to back. Even coworkers. So you have to sometimes just, reject,
just so you don't start
me or whatever, because
it's okay to help once. It really is okay to help once. What you don't want to do is start a pattern. A pattern is what's going to get you messed up and get you to being the go-to person. And that's what you don't want. You can't protect your peace if you're the go-to fixer. So that's why I say, don't let them make their issues your issues. Of course, everybody has their own issues anyway. They're not calling to help you with yours. They are calling to get help with their own. Okay.
So, my philosophy on that is if I'm always fixing everything for you, you will never learn how to fix it for yourself.
Exactly.
So,
true.
You
don't.
Yes, like kids. And you don't have to be ugly about it. You don't even have to tell, I got to tell this person about themselves. You have to sometimes
chuckle when I say no.
Pick your battles. My grandma taught me that years ago. Pick your battles. And that's with whomever. So you don't have to be ugly about it. You could just simply say, if somebody's calling you for money, oh, girl, I was just about to call you because I need
that's what you do first. You ask them first. That's the quickest way to stop people from asking y'all money out there in the radio land.
Ask them first.
This is a tried and true method of getting
it all the time.
Stop asking you for money. Is you ask them first. The person that's always asking, call them and ask. And when they say they don't have it, they'll think twice before they ask you for it again.
They sure will.
All right, so the last group of people we already done almost touched on it, Ms. Morningstar. It is your coworkers. How to protect your peace from your coworkers. Both of y'all had the same look on your face. My tip is to disengage from conversations or gossip or hanging out with them outside of work, because you don't really agree with it, or it may backfire. Something may happen and they throw you under the bus. A lot of times when you go to work, those relationships are for work only. So rarely do you make a real friendship, but when you're going there and it's a toxic situation and you got gossip and you got people in everybody's business, you may carry most of that irritation yourself, because the people that's making the problem, they make the problem and don't think twice about it. They have irritated y'all. So y'all are sitting there with the irritation. So you're the one that piece is all messed up because you're thinking like this person done did this and this and this. You got to disengage with those people. We are here to work. I will only speak to you during work hours about work. Once I leave here, I don't know you no more. That type of situation. That's how you got to protect your peace at work, because them people will run you in circles and call you the next day and ask you to come run in some more circles. But your co-workers, disengage, especially gossip, unless it's something you trust, somebody you trust, because they will be the same ones that turn around and in a situation, they're going to be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, my mom, if you bring a bone, you'll take a bone. Please don't tell people your business when you go to work. You're there for a paycheck, and I've been in management for years, and the biggest issues that we've ever had were the gossip, and I've had to call the police on people who decided to duke it out on the floor.
Not fisticuffs. Tussling.
Yes.
Oh, at work?
That is a regular at the trap house where I work.
It?
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah, it is where she works. That's
what?
That's everywhere.
Oh,
every place that she works, everywhere.
Are these employees, or are these people that come to the trap house?
Employees.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my!
I've witnessed one.
Yeah, well, when I witnessed one, they were at it, and they had been going back and forth.
Some of them be because they start relationships at work and it goes sour, or the relationship.
People are dating at work.
That's a bad one. Do not get into a work relationship.
Then they find out that the person may be in a relationship with the other coworker and your other coworker, and then that just starts a whole conflict. So don't do it, y'all.
Work relationships. Unless you're married and y'all start working there together, that's the only relationship you should be in.
Or it's your own business. If it's your own business and y'all
Yes.
start working together, like me and my
Right.
and that lasted for
Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
because that's just not going to be a
Right.
good thing. Because imagine, like you said, you got a guy that dates one, he break up with her, and date another one, and they friends or something at work, and then he go through
That's
another
how
one,
it happens.
or she does the same thing, and now everybody can't even work because every time they see somebody, it's
They
on
angry.
site and everybody mad. No, that's not an effective working relationship. Now you can't be productive, and you might get fired. I'm pretty sure whoever had the police call, all of them got fired.
Absolutely.
And now your peace is unprotected.
Yes.
Well,
Everybody peace has been disturbed.
One girl got fired. The other girl, she didn't get fired because she got attacked, you know.
Oh my goodness.
She got attacked and she defended herself. And you know, anybody, this is Texas, you don't defend yourself, you know. There were no weapons involved, but the young lady, she was young and she just was rah-rah, and she decided that she was gonna come across the desk on the older lady, and she didn't realize that older lady had them hands, and she whooped her like she was her child. She whooped her like if you're gonna take your belt off and lay across the bed. She whooped her. And the girl that went flying across the desk, I had to let her go because she was at fault. And she couldn't handle the other lady, who was an older lady. And the older lady she was telling her right, but it wasn't what she wanted to hear. So she felt like she couldn't talk with her words. And so she decided to fly across to a butt whooping, and that's what she got. She got towed out.
Firing. You got beat up and you got fired. Imagine that on the same day.
How are you going to explain that to your spouse and your
children? Tough. That's tough, ain't it?
You got whooped on and you got fired.
That's tough right there.
But yes,
the lady had well-seasoned hands.
She had well-seasoned hands. Her hands, T-Wiz, her hands had Lowry's. It had
Tony Sashery.
It had a little garlic,
little paprika. She had a little paprika.
She had it on her.
Cayenne,
a little cayenne. Yes,
sprinkle
a little sprinkle of that. And she from limb to limb, and you know.
So y'all got a show that day.
It was a show, and the worst part about it is nobody would break them up because I wasn't myself personally. I'm not getting in the middle of that.
Don't break up.
I was on the phone talking about, hello, yes, can you come to XYZ?
Please.
That
would be me. Because the one thing you cannot do is hit me.
No.
And so that's why I don't want to get into other people's fights. Because when you're fighting, you don't think clearly and you just swinging wildly. So I don't break up fights.
And she got arrested, She had to because it was assault.
Yeah.
So you got arrested, you lost your job, and you got
beat up.
So
that was a full day's work right there.
Yeah. So, I always tell people that gossiping at work and going back and forth, and 1 minute y'all are friends and the next minute y'all, don't do that. Keep your personal life personal.
Exactly.
You can have your group of people that you hang with there, but once that clock hits and you walk away, they shouldn't know anything about you.
Yep.
They shouldn't. They shouldn't know anything about your spouse business. None of that. They shouldn't be able to call your spouse and tell them your business. None of that.
Gotta be careful, guys.
Absolutely. Protecting your peace is vital. But you did leave off one.
I'm pretty sure there's plenty more I left off. Which one are you talking about?
Protect your peace from your friends.
Yeah. I should have said family and friends, but yes.
Yeah. Well, family is different from friends because family you will give a pass more than you will give to your friends. But have you ever had friends who, you guys are friends, and so they feel that they can cross a boundary?
Of course. Sure.
And that's one of the, to me, pretty important, because some people, they skew that line, not realizing that, look, we're friends, but I still have boundaries because I have a spouse and I have responsibilities. And just because you're my friend doesn't mean that you can interfere with any of that.
You heard that old school saying, you do not bring your woman around your man and leave him in the house by themselves. Trust
Why
nobody.
would you do that?
Friends. Yeah, because it's just like a boundary. That was just an example, but it's a boundary you have to set with your friends. And your friends, because you're friendly, they don't really feel like they have any, restrictions sometimes.
I understand that, Tail, but I do have some, I'm going to say this, I do have some women that are friends that I can leave my spouse in the house with and leave and go and come back.
Absolutely.
And not worry that, So, I mean, I guess there's a caveat to that,
Yeah, but I was saying back in the day, that's how they.
Of course, I've heard women say that, but there is some. At that point, that wouldn't be my friend, because if I feel like I can't leave you around my husband or my man, then you ain't a friend.
Nope.
Because now I'm thinking, is this good to leave this one? Because this one here a little flirty,
not a little too hard.
Yeah.
Right.
Come on, you got to go.
They got to know their boundaries of a friendship.
There you go.
Imagine having a friend that you can't even talk to, because every time you try to tell them, hey, this is kind of contradictory or kind of weird, and then they get offended. But you're just trying to set a boundary or put your foot down and protect your peace by telling them what's going to bother you, and then they don't agree with it, and then now you got another situation.
Or you may have a friend that you don't know is jealous until you find out that they're jealous. There are a lot of people that, unfortunately, you meet these people, you think that they have their own lives, you got all your own stuff going on. Why? I'm not competing with you. I don't have anything to compete about. You have your house, I have my house. How I got my house is my business. How you got your house is your business. It's not me to say,
That's a big one. I think that is a big one.
A lot of people.
A jealous friend that you don't know is jealous.
Yeah, that's a big one.
A jealous friend that you don't know is jealous. But once you find out, how do you deal with that? Me, myself, personally, we're Capricorns. It's an automatic.
I cut off a friend of 20 years.
Yes, me too.
It's a no for me.
It's a no.
Just because I don't want to feel like
I'm never going to be comfortable.
I can't be myself, because you might feel, it may make you uncomfortable, make you feel some sort of way. That's ridiculous.
I don't like discomfort. I don't like uncomfortable. Like you said, I don't like uncomfortable situations where I'm supposed to be sitting with somebody I thought was my friend.
Like a friend.
Now show me that you're not.
Yeah.
I can't even be in the room with you, because I can't fake it. I can't fake the funk and play nice.
And 9 times out of 10, you're going to say something and get cursed out. And that is not, that is a different side of DJ Kitty.
Yeah.
Because you will get cursed.
It won't work.
It won't work, and even though it may be a friend of many, many years, and you guys have traveled together, you've been on trips together, your families know each other. When you find out that person doesn't value your friendship and doesn't value you as a person, and they're competing with you.
That's crazy work.
You didn't know that you were in competition, but they've been in competition all this time.
Then it's really a friend.
Yeah. Now it's time to,
Yeah, it's crazy work.
It's crazy. It's hurtful.
It's very hurtful.
Eye-opening. It's shocking sometimes, because you only expect, if it's a friend that you thought was a friend, you only expect like good reactions. I just bought a house. Oh, congratulations. Not some old weird answer.
Can you afford that?
Who helping you buy that? How did you get that? Like, that's bigger than mine.
It's those sly comments.
Yes, that's bigger than mine.
I can put my house inside, her house inside of my house. It's
Wow.
those sly little comments, those little comments that will have you looking at a person like, oh, I didn't know we were competing.
Exactly.
I didn't
You
know.
competing with me. I never been competing with you. Oh, okay. Now I get it.
Especially when there's no competition.
I guess listening audience, I would say too, like what they're saying, just be aware of the little sly slick comments, that you might hear when people are secretly in competition with you. You don't know nothing about it. You ain't know it was a competition.
And I want to add a little part to what Miss Morningstar said. That is so true. You know how they say like drunk people tell the truth and kids tell the truth because it's unfiltered. It's the same thing when you're talking to somebody and they always have little sly comments and laugh behind it. There's some truth to those little comments. You can't just keep throwing these little jabs at me all the time. So you got to pay attention. If they do it once or twice and that's it, that may be a little joke. But every time I tell you something good about myself or something good achievement that I have made it, and you have these little slick comments, y'all got to pay attention to those type of things.
There shouldn't be a slick comment though, because if you're my friend, truly, and I have something going on, I should be able to come to you and say, not all the time, beating down your door, but I should be able to, in passing, say, oh, you know what, I've got this going on. And you being my friend and I being your friend, we should say, you know what, I encourage you to keep going. That's great. You're going to go get your master's. That's good. You're going to go apply for this job. That's good. That is being a friend.
A real friend.
If every time I say something that I have going on and you skate past it and you don't even comment and you just immediately start talking about yourself, that's one red flag.
That's a big one. That's a big one.
But then when not only that, you skate past it or you downplay it. Like, oh, you still got your little business going on?
Oh, because if you put little in the front of Sparkle Kicks, I'm about to question you. Because you don't have a business at all. I don't like it.
You still selling them clothes, huh?
Because we are Capricorns, so we're going to be. And what are you selling?
Trust me, I have received those type of comments from certain people who I no longer associate with.
Yeah, there's no.
They showed you that they weren't there for you.
Yeah, and you
absolutely not. The jealousy, like I said, is very real.
Yeah, and it's sad. It is.
It's a sad situation, especially when it comes from someone that you didn't expect it from. That one shocking.
You still got your little store.
Yeah.
I had this one lady ask me that. They had the nerve to say, "Well, can you find me some of these earrings?" Nah. I can't find you nothing, player.
Not at my little store. I don't sell those at my little store.
Yeah. I have what I have in stock. That's what I have.
Could it be just as dry?
Life is too short to go back and forth with people who don't mean you well.
Absolutely.
So I say to our listening audience, pick your battles, but when you see a person, don't second guess yourself. When you hear it the first time, then you hear it the second time, that third time it's time for you to say, okay, I've had about enough, and walk away.
Keep this up, I see. Okay.
Because those insults are a way of trying to get at you. And you know how we start every show with positive affirmations. We start them with positive affirmations. You want to continue to feed yourself that positivity. But when you get off the phone with someone, or you start, you're around someone and then you leave and you start feeling down or bad, or you have to replay that conversation back in your head and you're kind of critiquing yourself, that is your self-conscious telling you this is not a safe situation.
Exactly. Because in the end the long run, what they want you to do is second guess yourself and doubt yourself so that you will stop doing something that you're doing better than them. They want to see you fail. Exactly. They want you to doubt yourself so that you don't have that over them, that you have a business, so to speak, and they don't. Or you bought a house and they don't have one.
Or you got married and they couldn't find a man.
Exactly. He finally turned into somebody good enough to marry.
Well, some people just don't like old-fashioned things, you know. Sure. Sometimes they say that some things are old-fashioned, not understanding that things can, when it's above your level of intelligence, you can't actually see the progress.
Or your level of morals, because some people have no morals. Some people like to have a man just for the sake of a man and be mad that you have a good man. And they will talk down on your man, knowing that theirs ain't worth 2 pennies, and want your relationship to fail because theirs is garbage. And they hide behind that.
Misery loves company.
Because they ain't got one. Exactly. Misery definitely loves company. And that right there is the truth.
Yeah, it does. So we're saying all this because we want to make sure that people understand that you're going to run across people like this in your lifetime. It is the norm. Unfortunately, you know, no one's perfect. No one's ever going to be perfect. The only perfect being that ever walked the planet was Jesus. So no matter who they are, people will make mistakes. So you give people grace for making those mistakes. But when you feel, and we are Black women, when you feel that intuition that person means you no good, baby, don't second guess yourself.
Don't sit around and wait for them to show you again.
No. Yes, that peace is everything, y'all. And we must protect it by any and all means necessary, because we are all we got when it comes down to it. You got to love yourself first enough.
Exactly.
And you got to take care of yourself. And when you're not doing those things, it will reflect on your health. It'll reflect on your attitude, the way you look, everything. So yes, protect your peace at all costs, no matter if it's family, people you love. You know, you have to protect it because you have to take care of you first. Those are my closing words.
Absolutely. Absolutely. How about you, Shaniga? What are your closing words?
My closing words is kind of like what Ms. Morningstar said. Find time from every single person and separate a place where you can protect your peace from each person. Don't take it personally that you need space from somebody that you love, because it's usually the people that you love that you may need the space from. So just protect yourself and protect your own peace.
Okay, so I guess I will end up with a few last words. My last words are pretty simple. Life is short. Life is extremely short. Pick your battles. There's plenty of negativity to go around, but protect your peace. And when you find your tribe of people, your tribe of people who, no matter what, if there's an issue, we talk about it. We support each other. We encourage each other to continue to fight. I implore you guys to take a second and really look at what's important. It's God, family, some really good friends, but most importantly, yourself. You got to be happy with you. You got to have that peace within you, because if you don't have peace, nothing around you will be peaceful.
That's right.
If you don't have it, you know, it's time for you to take a really serious look at yourself and say, what is blocking my blessings?
Mm-hmm.
And go ahead.
I was say my vibe
is my tribe. There you go. My tribe. What is blocking your blessings? And no matter what it is, let it go. We will see you back on WKRA 92.7 in the morning. Have a wonderful day. WKRA 92.7. Enjoy this beautiful day. Enjoy the blessings. And see you guys tomorrow. Hey y'all, it's DJ Kitty
and Miss Morningstar.
We are here from Our Plugs, the Community Connection, and we will be your new morning host on WKRA 92.7 The Change.
Yes, we will be broadcasting Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time.
We'll also be streaming on YouTube at Our Plugs LLC.
Be sure to tune in.